Welcome to the 2016 Greenville County Teacher of the Year Breakfast. We're honored to have among us our Teachers of the Year from each school, as well as many special guests. What a great way for us to start a new school year. The opportunity to honor these outstanding teachers who are representative of the more than 5,000 outstanding teachers in Greenville County schools. To open our program, I'd like to ask one of our outstanding school leaders to come forward. Michael Delaney, the Greenville County Schools Principal of the Year, will come forward at this time and give opening remarks as he makes his way to the stage to share with you how proud we are of his accomplishments as principal at Carolina High School and what an outstanding job he's doing representing all the principals in Greenville County as the Principal of the Year. Michael, congratulations and welcome this morning.
Good morning and thank you. First of all, let me say it's an absolute honor and privilege to be here just to say first good morning and welcome, but really to say thank you. It is quite an honor to sit in a room with all the teachers of the year, the emerging teachers of the year, because those represent the people who have tied their purpose and their passion together to create a difference in the lives of children. And that's amazing. It really is. It's amazing when individuals are willing to put their self second and the student first. And that's one of the things we see every day in our Teachers of the Year. So I want to say thank you. We're proud of you. Our whole community, the Greenville County community, is proud of each and every one of you, and have a great school year.
At this time, I'd like to ask you to join me in welcoming to the platform the 2015-16 Greenville County Teacher of the Year, Cherie Turner Fowler from Hollis Elementary Academy. Cherie, before you share with them, I have something I'd like to present to you, courtesy of Herff Jones, a ring commemorating and recognizing your year as Greenville County Schools Teacher of the Year. Congratulations.
Good morning. It's such an honor to stand before you again today. One of my favorite Olympic events is the 4x100 track relay race. 4 of our greatest runners coming together as a team and effortlessly but carefully handing off a baton without ever looking back or without ever losing their pace has always fascinated me. But this year, my favorite Olympic event signifies this past year of my career. The batons that you all have effortlessly and carefully handed off to me has helped me successfully cross the finish line of my time as Greenville County's Teacher of the Year. The baton of love was passed off to me by my Hollis Academy family. It was because of their love that I received the strength I needed to teach through the grief I suffered due to the passing of my big brother Sam in December. I have been passed the baton of leadership from school leaders like Mr. Damon Qualls. Through his amazing leadership within our district and beyond, he has taught me that being a leader is not about the powerful image, but about the positive impact that you make on others. I have been passed the baton of the teaching spirit by Mr. Jamarcus McCombs from Greenville Child Development Center. Mr. McCombs, who has one of the most important jobs in our field, not only ensures that our scholars have a clean and safe learning environment, but he also ensures that they are successful in the classroom by taking the time to read with the Greenville scholars. By passing me the baton of the teaching spirit, he reinforced the idea that teaching is not my job, it's not my position, it's not my career, it's who I am. I have been passed the baton of advocacy from Mr. James Price, who was Lee County's Teacher of the Year. A teacher who fearlessly uses his voice to advocate for his scholars and for the community in which they live. An educator who has taught me that I can no longer wrap myself in the warmth and comfort of an action. I must voice the change and be the change in order to help change the corridor of shame to the corridor of change by spreading the message that the only real limits to learning are the ones that we unconsciously place on our scholars, and to help change Title I schools into number 1 schools by ensuring that every scholar in South Carolina has access to a fair and equitable education. Finally, I have been passed the baton of a strong teacherhood by all of you. Through invitations to fellowship with my colleagues at Fountain Inn, Duncan Chapel, and Armstrong, through your warm smiles and your embraces, and through your words of support and encouragement, you showed me that you believed in me, and for that I thank you. Ready, Set, Go will be my theme for this year. I am ready to become the educator that you have encouraged me to become. In order for me to set up my scholars for academic success, in order for them to go out and become who they are destined to be. Thank you for your love, encouragement, and support. I appreciate you and have an amazing year. Thank you.
Before we announce our new Greenville County Teacher of the Year, I'll have the honor of recognizing 2 emerging Teachers of the Year. The Emerging Teacher of the Year program is sponsored by the Greenville Federal Credit Union and recognizes teachers who have completed their 2nd or 3rd year of teaching and who have done and are doing an outstanding job. Awards are presented annually to 1 elementary and 1 secondary level teacher. The teacher selected as the Elementary Emerging Teacher of the Year has created a classroom environment where students feel safe, comfortable, and part of a family. From the first day, they are taught to treat others with kindness and to love learning together. She consistently seeks out new ideas, including the opportunity to collaborate with local high school teachers to conduct a reading project with students from both classrooms. She also serves as a literacy mentor, gathering ideas and information for her team. In addition, she has proposed a project-based unit for the entire school that includes a grant for a beehive. Please join me in congratulating our Elementary Emerging Teacher of the Year, 2nd grade teacher, Brooke Chivero from Berea Elementary. We're also, as I mentioned, honored to recognize an emerging teacher at the secondary level. This outstanding educator meets the challenge of education in today's classroom with determination and skill. Commitment to students by this teacher is evident in numerous ways. The use of power hour, study sessions, and assistance before every test are all offered to help students. An extra credit book club, which has increased students' desire to read independently, is another tool in the classroom of this educator. He has received grants to update and improve the technology for his broadcast class. He also serves as head advisor for the student council and has organized a rock climbing club at his school. Please join me in congratulating and recognizing our secondary emerging teacher of the year, English teacher Travis Farnham, Blue Ridge High. At this time, we'd like to recognize each of those top 10 teachers. Chrissy Black 8th grade science and English, Northwest Middle. Andy Buckless, 1st grade, Stone Elementary Academy. Amanda Catherman, Spanish, Greenville Senior High Academy. Kristen Griffin, kindergarten, Buena Vista Elementary. Kara Preston Mcfarland, special ed, Hampton High. Jennifer Murphy, 3rd grade, Robert E. Cashin Elementary. Lori Nelson, counselor, Paris Elementary. Matthew Phillips, biology, Blue Ridge High. Katie Saunders, primary multi-age program, Bethel Elementary. And Megan Schoenhar, English, Greer Middle College Charter High School. Congratulations to each of these individuals. Their dedication and hard work is making a difference in the lives of our students and in our community. Now the moment that we've all been waiting for. I'll first announce the runners-up and then the Greenville County Teacher of the Year. Our 3rd runner-up, Kristen Griffin, kindergarten, Buena Vista Elementary. Our 2nd runner-up, Lori Nelson, school counselor, Paris Elementary. Congratulations. Our first runner-up, Kara Mcfarland, special ed teacher, Hampton High. You're welcome. Again, congratulations to these outstanding educators for their selection as runner-ups, Teacher of the Year, Greenville County Schools. What a great group in total that's present in this room this morning from every school, especially our top 10 and particularly those runners-up. But now, for the focal point of the morning, the recognition of our new Teacher of the Year. I'll tell you a little bit about that individual. This educator calls teaching a personal passion, although it means grading papers at night, perfecting lesson plans, and reading many books over the weekend to prepare for the next week's lesson. It is still a passion. This educator believes teaching is a chance to make a difference in the lives of young people. It's about making lasting connections with students and challenging them to reach their potential. This teacher has a personal teaching style that is individualized and enthusiastic, using areas like music to make other subject matter fun and exciting, while creatively integrating instruction and striving to get students enthusiastic about learning. This best of the best educator feels that partnering with other school members is crucial to being a successful teacher, and believes in forming strong partnerships with parents and helping them to feel welcome in their child's classroom. This teacher believes a key component to being highly proficient in the education field is to be a continuous learner from other teachers and from staying up to date with current trends in subject matter, technology, and teaching methodology. This educator feels that if, as an individual, she can ignite the smallest interest in students to get them excited about learning, she can start a fire of knowledge that will burn inside of them. At this time, please join me in congratulating this exemplary educator, the 2016-17 Greenville County Teacher of the Year, from Bethel Elementary, primary multi-age teacher, Katie Saunders.
Thank you all so much. I don't even know what to say. This is such an honor, and I am so humbled to have been chosen. I'd like to take a minute to say a few thank yous. First of all, I want to thank God for blessing me so much. He has led me to a career that is not just my career, it is truly my passion, and I am so thankful. I want to thank my husband, John, for being so supportive and always being there with a listening ear. I cannot tell you how many times he has listened to me sing a song that I've written for my students, and somehow he always manages to seem interested. Next, I would like to thank my family. My mom, who is always just a phone call away, the perfect person to call after a long day at school. My dad, who always thought that I'd be a doctor like him, and yet couldn't be prouder that I followed my heart, and not a day goes by that he doesn't tell me that. And of course, my sister Lauren. For those of you that don't know, my sister was diagnosed just 2 years ago at age 28 with stage 4 colon cancer. We have been through a lot over the past couple of years, but she's a fighter, and I am the proudest sister in the world. She is amazing and my biggest support system. I am so thankful for her. I also want to make sure to take time to thank Dr. Royster for his strong leadership of this wonderful school district. I feel very blessed and proud to be a part of Greenville County Schools. In addition, I'd also like to thank the judges for their dedication, their time, and their commitment to education. And of course, last but certainly not least, to all the teachers at Bethel, to my instructional coach, Kim Bryce, my principal, Narissa Lewis, and all my colleagues in Greenville County, I want to thank you. There's not a day that goes by that I don't learn something new from one of you. I feel so blessed to work in a school district and a school with such talented, dedicated teachers. So thank you. You make my job fun and exciting and remind me of my goal of not just being a teacher, but a learner as well. Today I have something that I would like to share with you. Don't worry, it's not a rap song or a parody. This is a piece that I wrote this summer as part of the Upstate Writing Project. It's a poem entitled What If, and it's about the teaching profession. What if? What if teaching were different? It's hard to imagine it's true. But what if teaching were different for me and for you? What if teaching were about passion, about loving what you do? What if teaching were about passion, passion to carry you through? What if teaching weren't about testing? What if it were about the kids? What if teaching weren't about testing, if it were about loving what you did? What if teaching didn't revolve around standards, about checking every box off your list? What if teaching were about more, about making a difference for your kids? What if teaching weren't about hallway displays, IEP meetings, or 504s? What if teaching were about each student and wanting to help them more? What if teaching weren't just a job that always keeps you guessing? What if teaching weren't just a career, it was truly a blessing? What if teaching were different? You can imagine if you try, because you see, teaching is different, and let me tell you why. Have you ever heard of perspective, the way you look at the world? We teachers have a different perspective on every boy and girl. So while others see testing and scores, we see progress through time. While others see hallway displays, we see work that helps each child shine. While others see meetings galore, we see an opportunity for more for each child individually. While others just see a career whose pay does not equal its worth, we teachers know the truth that teaching's the greatest profession on earth. So maybe change your perspective. It's not hard to do, you'll see. So don't ask what if teaching were different. Ask what if I were different. Yes, me. So in conclusion, I'd like to leave you with this thought. I know as teachers, it's easy to fall into the trap of wanting things to be different, of complaining about the way things were, the way things are, or the way things are going. Don't get me wrong, I'm right there with you. Because on a day when little Tommy threw a chair, and you had no break at all, and you had afternoon duty, and there's no more Cokes in the soda machine, and you have a faculty meeting that never ends because people keep asking questions. Oh, I know, I feel you. But hear this, you are important, we are important, our careers are important, and we can make a difference in each and every child. And it doesn't matter if the standards change or the reading program changes or our grade level changes, because in the end, it's not about any of those things. It's about the kids, it's about us, and it's about perspective. We are making a difference, never forget that. Thank you all so much.
You know, as I've listened to what Katie said, as I had the opportunity to see and hear videos about the Teacher of the Year, it just simply reinforced to me what I think all of us believe, that education, whatever role you have in education and represented in this room, it's a calling, not just a job. It's not simply a profession, it is a calling. And all those things that Katie mentioned, and if you look at Greenville County Schools, you'll see by all those metrics we're very successful. Student test scores, the opportunities that we're providing for young people to become college and career ready, to be able to take that next step through G+ before they leave the district, before they graduate, all of those things. And those are desired outcomes, but those outcomes take care of themselves when we focus on and center on that individual student that you have in front of you, we have in front of us every day. If we're focused on that student, if we're doing the right thing for that student and for other students, and we're using all those methods and systems of support that we have available to us, We don't have to worry about the outcome. It will be there because we're doing the right thing by students to achieve that outcome. So as you go forward, I urge you, as I know you do every day and every year, to focus on that student, those students. Remember that this is a calling, and that through that calling, you have the opportunity to influence the future, to affect history, both individually for the students you serve and collectively for this community. And it is not too grandiose to think for this nation. A number of years ago, I think it was General Omar Bradley that said, a soldier can defend democracy, but only a teacher can sustain it. So the very core framework of our country is based on an educated citizenry, all citizens. And that's what we do in public education, educate everybody. That is a tremendous challenge and responsibility that each of you, each of us has every day. But what I see when I look out in this group and what I see when I go through the halls of the schools of Greenville County are a group of people in classrooms and supporting those of you in classrooms and leading those of you in classrooms who are committed to every day doing those things that are going to result in the most positive outcomes possible for individual students, for our community, and for our nation. There can be no greater responsibility than that which you carry forth as you leave here today. But I am fully confident when I see how you carry out that responsibility to know that it is in good hands, that the future of our students, the future of our community, and ultimately the future of our country is in good hands because of what you're doing. What at the moment might seem small and insignificant to you has great import to our future, but most importantly to the future of that young person that you're working with. So I commend each of you for the fact that you have dedicated your professional life, and really beyond your professional life, your life, to the calling of education. I commend you for those innovative practices that you're implementing in your classroom, but most particularly for the fact that you are committed to care about the young people in your charge and are dedicated to providing for them the very best future that's possible. I want to thank each of you for being here this morning. Thank you for your work, for your support of the work, for your support of public education. What a great way to start what I believe will be our very best school year ever. 16-17 school year. I hope each of you has a great and wonderful year. Thank you for coming.